All right.
This is the Doug Gottlieb Show. This is America's longest-running afternoon drive sports radio show, broadcasting live from the studios of Fox Sports Radio.
Bang, bang, won't stop till we're legends.
Here's Doug Gottlieb.
All right, we're here at Rams training camp. Great chance to catch up with some of the Rams coaches and some of the Rams players. Really an exciting year with a ton to look forward to. Last year, there was more questions about could Sean McVay coach? He's a little bit too young. Could Jared Goff play? Now there's what's the ceiling for this team, and is there a ceiling? Can't wait to catch up with the Rams and talk about their season. Gottlieb joining us here on the Doug Gottlieb Show on Fox Sports Radio. It's Brandon Cooks of the LA Rams. Cooper Kupp of the LA Rams joining us. Joining me is the now second-year head coach of the Rams, who went to the playoffs and really kind of changed the dynamic in the NFC West. Sean McVay joins us here. Jason Brett gets hurt in the conditioning test.
Crazy.
It's crazy, right?
Crazy, man. See? Everybody need to just cancel their conditioning test. You never know what'll happen. You never know what can happen, man. Just do away with them.
So what's it like to walk in the locker room, you see Ndamukong Suh, and you know he's on your side now?
I'm not complaining at all. Would way rather him be in our locker room than anyone else's.
I mean, he's a bad dude, but he's like one of those guys where he's on your team. You couldn't be more thrilled. You get to work with awesome coaches and awesome quarterbacks everywhere you've been, right? Like you're in New Orleans, and you got Sean, and you have Drew Brees. Yep. Then you go and play with arguably the GOAT and Tom Brady, and now you're here and you got McVay drawing up all this different stuff for you, and Jared Goff. What about Brady did you learn that kind of changed your perspective in that 1 year you're in New England?
I will have to just say his attention to detail. When it comes to the game. I know that's such a broad statement, but, I mean, from everything that he does, not just on the field but off the field, from the way that he eats, the way that he sleeps, the way that he takes care of his body, to see him doing that and going into year 19 as a young guy, that helped me a lot early in my career so I can get on that pace sooner than later.
You're not going to show up with the dad bod that he has, right? Like, he's got limited muscle tone. You're not going to show up and be like, hey, guys, listen, it works for Brady. It's going to work for me.
No, I mean, at the end of the day, 19 years going in, he's the GOAT, so he can show up however he wants, as long as he can keep producing.
The juxtaposition of last year when you're 31, hadn't been a head coach, Jared Goff, a lot of people on the fence as to whether or not he could play, and then, could the offensive line protect? Did you have the skill position players? Now this year, not only are people all in on Jared Goff and obviously the team all in on Todd Gurley, but the acquisitions that are made, the Ndamukong Suhs, the Marcus Peters, the Aqib Talibs, everyone seems to, including front office, going all in. There's huge expectations. How do you change your message, your management of this team, your management of those expectations in the early days of camp?
Well, I think in terms of our process and kind of the standards that we want to establish and maintain with the things that we focus on, Doug, they'll remain the same. But certainly it is a little bit different in terms of the expectations that people, the outside sources have. But I think our guys have done a good job of not really letting those outside influences affect the way that we approach our everyday behavior in terms of how we operate. And that's really how we meet, how we practice. I think there's a confidence, there's a swagger, but there's a humility in understanding that there's 31 other really good teams in this league and really good coaches and players, and we got to do a great job putting ourselves in a position to be ready to ride when September 10th comes around.
What a great day at Rams camp. First day of their camp. You can see them stretching, working out here. Their second workout of the day. We had Sean McVay. We had Aqib Talib. We had Cooper Kupp. We even had Brandon Cooks on. We talked a lot about the Rams, a lot about their huge expectations heading into this year after getting to the playoffs, kind of surprisingly so last year. What an awesome way to kick off our football training camp tour.